everybody, welcome back. David Eon and the lovely Miss Lady Pop Hunter here with our picks for some of the best of the Christmas specials. Christmas specials, not Christmas movies.
Yeah.
Not anything like that. And for the most part, not like television show specials, like they had a Christmas episode, like Dallas in their Christmas episode or whatever. You know, try to avoid that.
Dallas didn't have a Christmas
Well,
episode.
if they did have a Christmas theme, you know, they do that on shows.
They do.
And it's like, you know, with one exception.
Alf.
Yeah, one exception. Well, that it's technically a Christmas special because it ran for a whole hour.
Yeah.
But
it did.
we'll get into that. We're going to throw our picks out. And, you know, it's not a definitive list. You may agree or disagree with any of our choices, and you may have some that we missed that you think are great, and you just want to throw it down there.
Yeah, and we'll watch it.
For the most part, these are nostalgic ones, with probably one exception, and that's going to be in the honorable mentions category, if you will. And that would be, we wish you, EWE, a Merry Christmas with Shaun the Sheep. Who's familiar with Shaun the Sheep? If you're in the UK, you've probably seen this because it's a UK show. If you never have, if you know Wallace and Gromit, same guy. This is funny.
Yeah.
This show is fantastic. And what they did on this particular disc was just take, well, really only 3 of them are kind of count as a holiday theme, and the rest of them are just select episodes. Because the videos are only like... or the
10,
episode,
15
yeah,
minutes.
like not even, like maybe 7 to 10 minutes a piece,
Yeah.
and they strung it together to fill the disc. But there's 3 on here that are sort of Christmas or at least winter themed, with one specifically being a Christmas Eve episode.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. This is fun, and I think LPH is gonna take the holiday themed ones off of this disc and put some commercials in it and put it on her channel.
Yeah, I got some up already.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, if you go to my channel, in the playlist I have like 3 or 4 blocks of Christmas specials with commercials. They're like an hour and a half. I usually try to make it like an hour and a half because I just like it like that. But
Sure.
But yeah, but I have the different holidays and in that one, and I'm gonna add this to it.
Yeah, because this is just fun.
Yeah,
And
it is. It's very hilarious.
Not a legitimate Christmas special, but
Yeah.
you know, you can make one out of it. The other one I'm going to honorably mention is the Masters of the Universe. I know somebody's feelings are going to get hurt. Masters of the Universe Christmas special. It's barely a Christmas special, basically.
It is.
No, I mean, Adam dresses as Santa at one point, and you have them standing around at a party, and I forget his name, the elephant face guy, puts a star on the top of the tree, and that's about the only time you see it. It's barely a Christmas special.
Yeah.
Basically, Filmation just said, hey, can we cram both shows into an hour-long or 45-minute-long special? Here it is. It's still fun. It's still nostalgic.
Yeah.
Skeletor is fantastic in this because he's hilarious, as the kids try to explain to him what Christmas is. But I don't know if this is like one that I'd have to watch.
No.
You know?
Yeah, you can skip a couple of years and you'll be all right.
Yeah. One that we had the disc, but I couldn't find it. The Grinch.
Oh, yeah.
The Grinch is a fantastic classic, as are most of the original Dr. Seuss television specials.
Yeah.
The Halloween one's hilarious.
Yeah.
But the Christmas one is an absolute classic with the Grinch. The one with Boris Karloff. There is a version narrated by Walter Matthau. I don't recommend that one. Going back, there is a version with Walter Matthau. His voice just doesn't cut it. You gotta do the one with Boris Karloff. That is the classic one. Fun movie, fun animation. Dr. Seuss was a genius as far as, you know, children's writing. I would recommend that as well. The other one that I don't have the disc for is Mickey's Christmas Carol.
Yeah, we have it. I don't know
we
where
have
it's
it.
at.
We'll find it, but I don't have it to show you. But we recommend Mickey's Christmas Carol. Obviously, it's a retelling of the Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens with Ebenezer Scrooge. Only we get Scrooge McDuck, and
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey is Cratchit, and you get the idea.
Yeah.
And it's just a fun spin on the classic story back when Disney Productions was still cranking out gems.
Yeah, now, no, not now.
Now you don't know what they're doing, but back then they were still putting out some stellar stuff, fantastic stuff. Another one that it will surprise you, I don't have a disc for, but you can find it on LPH's channel because she just put it up last week, the Alf Christmas special.
Yeah.
I think that's the only live action one we're going to talk about. The Alf Christmas special starts off, it's a long one, it's like an hour. And we put it up with the original commercials.
Yeah.
And it's on her channel. I used to have it on this channel, but I had a problem. So it's on hers now. But it starts off like any regular Alf episode where Alf's being a jerk. And him and Willie fall out.
Yeah.
And he takes off and ends up in like a hospice for terminally ill children. And it turns into an episode of Highway to Heaven suddenly. It's no longer funny. And it's like, wow, it's a heartbreaker.
Yeah.
That episode.
The thing that really makes that one, the girl in the story actually has cancer.
Yeah.
And then they show the janitor, and he was a real person. They tell their their names and their stories at the end. But that really like makes it like even more impactful. But that one was good because if you've seen Alf, it can get annoying. It's funny.
It can get tedious.
Yeah,
with
it
his
is
attitude.
funny at times, but at times you just like, oh, I gotta turn this off. It's too much. But that episode really, they did a good job on that one.
Yeah. Next up, the Smurfs. The Smurfs holiday celebration. Classic Smurfs, 80s Smurfs. I love the Smurfs. Smurfs is one of those Saturday morning shows that still holds up because very few of them do. If you go back and you rewatch a lot of those cartoons that we grew up with as an adult, you're like, I used to watch this. There's a few that hold up, like when we watched Brave Star. Brave Star's
was
pretty good.
Yeah.
Or Mask. Mask holds up.
Good. Defenders of the Earth was. You had to get.
Defenders of the Earth. It was kind of hit or miss.
You had to warm up to it.
Yeah.
Cops was good.
Yeah, Cops was fun.
What is that other one with the boy Jace?
Jason the Real Warrior,
Warriors.
surprisingly well written.
Yeah.
Inhumanoids, no. Inhumanoids premise was fantastic, but they rushed it so fast, so hard.
That
they
one and the other one we
ground.
saw that had the music so loud.
Sectars.
Man,
they interesting premise. Put like 30 episodes into 5, and it's just like, okay, I don't even know what's going on. I don't even want to know.
Yeah. They just wanted to sell the toys, and that's what they did. And if the toys didn't sell, they
canceled the show
off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Smurfs holds up. This is fun. Even Gargamel has to cooperate with them because he makes a deal with the devil and double crosses him in this. They don't tell you he's the devil, but you know who he is. And ends up to his eyeballs in trouble. And it's the Smurfs are always fun. They're fantastic. Then we jump to Rankin Bass. And this is the block right here because there's a bunch of them on here. Rankin Bass, they did a lot of stop motion photography holiday specials that are just a blast. Santa Claus is coming to town with Fred Astaire and Mickey Rooney. And, you know, if you're familiar with vintage movies and TV, you know who they are.
Yeah.
And it just, you could imagine at the time, people were like, oh, wow, celebrity voiceovers, because they didn't do that kind of stuff back then. Now it's like, you know, no big deal. But Santa Claus is coming to town. And how many times can that kid get kicked around? Talk about being a triple freaking orphan. He gets dumped off at the Burgermeister Meisterburgers. Yeah, Burgermeister Meisterburger was the guy's name. Dumped at his house, dumped to the orphanage. Sled gets lost, dumped off again by animals in the woods who left him at the elves' house, and so on. It's like, can we find a home for this kid? But Santa Claus is Coming to Town is fun. In this block also, you've got the classic Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. It's just another fun classic that's cool to watch. We all remember those growing up. And then Frosty the Snowman, which was animated rather than stop motion.
Yeah.
Which is kind of surprising. You got Frosty and Frosty Returns on here also, but Frosty's the main one that we all remember. And then I guess kind of an honorable mention in here, one that no one talks about, The Little Drummer Boy. And The Little Drummer Boy, it's done in the same style as the classic stop motion stuff, but that's as serious as a heart attack. You know, there's a couple of funny moments. There's a couple of funny moments in there, but for the most part, they're dead serious. Especially when they get to explaining why he hates people. Because the kid, he doesn't want to associate with human beings. He said he hates humans. He prefers animals. And then they do a flashback scene, and you watch his family getting killed by bandits and their farm getting burned down and stuff. And it's like, okay, Rankin Bass. No wonder they don't show that one too often.
Yeah,
but
it was sad.
It was sad, but it's still well done.
Yeah.
I would honorably mention that one. You know what? Another one we don't have a disc for? The Berenstein Bears.
Yeah, I have that on
Those
my
are
channel. It's a couple of Bernstein Bears.
Is it Thanksgiving, Halloween?
Yeah, Christmas.
Yeah.
So if you go to my channel, Lady Pop Hunter on YouTube, you'll find it in the playlist. And they did it almost in the style of Dr. Seuss.
It feels like a Dr. Seuss because they speak in rhyme.
Yeah,
it's fun.
It's narrated throughout.
Yes.
So, but it's really good. So, yeah, you should check that one out.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, she does have that up on her channel. Charlie Brown's Christmas. It's on this. This is the collection of the 60s classics all on these discs. But the very first one, because it's in order of release, is Charlie Brown's Christmas. Another classic, great music, great style. I've always been a big fan of Charles Schulz's Peanuts. Yeah,
but that one has a nice little political message if you listen to it when they're talking about how it's all about sales and profit.
Yeah, it's commercialized.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
It's gone too commercial. They were something that the kids were disappointed about.
Yeah, and that was back in the 60s.
well, 50s. Or was that 1958? I want to say.
Still, it was years ago. They were you know, of course
wrong.
It's not
I'm guessing.
It wasn't as commercialized as it is now.
Yeah.
But
it was already happening.
Yeah.
It was already happening. I love the Peanuts. I've always been a fan of the Peanuts. And this is a collection of all the specials through the 60s era. And that's one they've tried to ban because they say, "Oh, well, Charlie Brown is bullied." Oh, yeah. And so have we all been. The thing with Charlie Brown is he always perseveres. Yeah. He's bullied, sure. He gets picked on, he gets pushed around, but he doesn't really give up. And when he feels like he is, that's when he finds out who his friends really are. And in this one, when Linus steps up for him and says, "Hey, people, take a look. You know, the trees, it's not all that bad after all. It's not a bad little tree. Look." And then they're wishing him a Merry Christmas at the end as their way of apologizing. You know, you got to be smart. If a kid is smart enough to figure it out, an adult should be. Instead of saying, "Oh, he's being bullied. We need to ban that."
Yeah, well.
Yeah, well. This is another one I really love. I'm a huge fan of the original Fat Albert. Filmation again, up to where they put Cosby out.
Yeah.
When they did the Brown Hornet run, which is technically considered the third season, even though it spanned over like 2 decades, it's really technically 3 seasons. Third season's not that great. The original 2, where Cosby was involved, are. And that ties in with this one, which is the Fat Albert's Christmas special. It's funny and also has its very solemn moments when they're talking to the store owner here who also owns the junkyard, and he's trying to evict them from their little clubhouse. But there's a homeless pregnant woman in there, you know, and her husband and their little boy, and they're trying to watch out for him, trying to find a doctor, running around town. The kid runs away. There's a lot going on in here. It's definitely worth watching.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's fantastic. I love all of these, really. But you know how it is. Otter. It's the Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. Jug Band Christmas. Jim Henson production. Jim Henson did a lot more than just Muppets. He had a hand in a lot of different things, and many of them are forgotten about. This has had a resurgence in the last couple of years.
Oh, yeah? People
kind of remembered about this. Remember, they even made a couple of action figures.
Oh, okay.
You saw them. You were interested in them until you saw how much they were. But Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas, which I actually saw when it first aired on ABC back in the 80s. Or no, it was in the 80s. This was the 70s, right? 1977?
Oh, wow.
I want to say, yeah, same year as Star Wars, come to think of it. But so well done. Such a great production. So much effort going into it. I mean, operating puppets on the water, you know, and all the effort that went into everything that they were doing to pull this off. And then the twist at the end where everything's not perfect. You know, it's not like the happy, perfect ending. Things work out.
Yeah.
Just not the way they expected. Really worth taking a look at. Here's another forgotten classic. And that's Opus and Bill, A Wish for Wings That Work. For those of you who remember Berkeley Breathed and Bloom County. Now, Berkeley Breathed, of course, was the artist-writer of Bloom County, which was a newspaper strip. And that's where these characters come from until he retired the strip. This is fun. This is fun and interesting and well-drawn and well put together. And it's one of these Christmas specials that most people, they don't even know this exists. They're like, Bloom County had a special? Yes, they did. And it's worth checking out. It's worth looking for. As we narrow it down, that's not a Christmas special. I don't think so. We're down to the last two, and they're kind of tied together, and they're by Raymond Briggs. And these two are also, if you grew up in the UK, you probably remember these. It's The Snowman, and it's based on the book of the same name from 1982. There's no speaking in this except for the narrator at the very beginning. And then you follow through. And what I love about this is it looks and follows along exactly like the book.
Oh, okay.
It's like it mirrors the book. The artwork, everything mirrors the book. And again, the only time you hear any voice is in the very beginning, where it's narrated for a moment, and there is a song that is sung in the middle of it. But it's really kind of sad. It's funny and it's fun, but it's kind of sad, especially the ending. And when you tie the ending together to the narration at the beginning, which is not always on this.
Yeah.
You know, there's a couple of different versions of this story, and one version, or the newer version, doesn't have the narration. But if you listen to the narration and you tie it into the very end, which is almost kind of a sad, tragic ending, then you understand what's really going on. And basically what he's alluding to is the death of the innocence of childhood.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's kind of like the Logical song when he's singing about how his childhood innocence was killed in the song, and that's kind of what this is about.
Okay. Tying
into it, and not on the same level at all, is Father Christmas, which is still funny, still fun. Father Christmas, of course, lives in a row house in England somewhere, apparently. But he ends up, of course, the little boy you see here is barely in it, and the snowman, because they pay a visit from this. That's how it ties in. He talks and narrates throughout. The Father Christmas addresses you as if you're there, and goes about how his year is when he's off from his one night of work. It's just a lot of fun. It's a cool video that, again, a lot of people have probably never seen. And aside from that, I don't know if we have anything else. I don't think we have anything else. Our recommendations, these are Christmas-related specials, holiday specials that we like to watch.
Yeah.
Maybe there's one we missed. Maybe there's one you know about that you would recommend, and you can tell us about it in the comments section down below. Please do give the video a thumbs up if you got something out of that, if you enjoyed that. Share it if you can. Subscribe if you're new. Remember to check out Lady Pop Hunter's channel, because she has a couple of these up.
Yeah.
And I know she's got Alpha she just put up recently, and is going to be working on the Shaun the Sheep.
Yeah, that one is really good.
It is. It's fun. And there's no talking in that either.
Yeah, it's no talking.
They mumble. It's kind of like adults on Charlie Brown, where you hear blah, 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 blah,
it's not that bad.
They allude to talking, but
But you know what's going on by watching.
Yeah, you know what he means when they kind of say something. But anyways, again, if you have any recommendations, let us know. Please do give it a thumbs up. Share it if you can. Subscribe if you're new. All that good stuff. And if that is it, then what more can we say? But thanks for watching, and we will see you again soon.